Aside from preparing for the SEA Games, the MMDA is also implementing several measures to mitigate traffic. They also spoke to mall operators to adjust mall hours. So joining us this morning is MMDA Traffic Chief Bong Nebriha. Colonel Bong, thank you for being here once again.
Thank you for having me, Ria.
Okay, so off that report by Makoy Popioco, what is your personal assessment of the dry run yesterday?
Yes, it was the first dry run that we had for this opening ceremony. But then again, we still need to have a lot of adjustments, especially in those stop-and-go scheme. It's really very challenging considering the traffic yesterday and the volume of vehicles we have on EDSA. However, we're doing this sector by sector, and hopefully we will gain grounds in different sectors, especially on the choke point areas. I, for one, was there to supervise the operations along Mega Mall between Shaw Tunnel and Ortigas Flyover, which is also considered one of the choke points, considering the conflicts in those areas, like the the Service Road, the Julio Vargas intersection, and the Bass Bay in that mall. So all of these are in conflict with the yellow lanes that we have.
Right.
So managing it well is the key in in the smooth operations of this convoy from their point of origin to the Philippine Arena.
Right. So this concern will actually just really be for one day, because that's just for the opening ceremony.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
Okay. Given everything and your assessment from yesterday, will you be having another dry run?
Well, it's up to the organizing committee if we were going to have one. But then again, on my part as the EDSA traffic chief, I will be meeting with my men and correct those flaws that we had yesterday. If we need to add more men on the ground, then we will. Yesterday also we had a traffic management group meeting with our GM Jojo Garcia, and he has already manifested to all the traffic districts to augment, if need be, to EDSA and other parts of Metro Manila that will be managing the traffic on D-Day.
Okay, so you need more boots on the ground, but what other flaws did you see from yesterday's dry run?
Well, we didn't get the cooperation that we've been asking the motorists to keep the yellow lanes clear. We've been trying to do this actually an hour ahead of time for before the convoy passed through. And it's really hard to put them out once they started building up on in the yellow lane. So it was a challenge, but we were able to correct. But that correction itself in funneling them out of the yellow lane also caused congestion and obstruction on some parts of EDSA.
All right, not an easy task. Okay,
Yes.
Let's talk about the shopping malls. The malls here in Metro Manila have moved and pushed back their opening times from the usual 10 to 11 a.m. And this is the first week that it was implemented.
That's right.
Are we seeing improvements from that?
Well, we see, basically the assessment will come in next week. We are consolidating all these numbers right now until today. Then GM Jojo Garcia will come out with a press conference detailing the assessment for the whole week. However, we've been clear on this, that we're doing this adjusted mall hours, not really to mitigate the regular traffic that we have on weekdays, but actually to mitigate the effect of the influx of the 15 to 20% vehicles on EDSA and other parts of Metro Manila that that usually goes to the malls and groceries. So if it has positively affected the condition of our traffic in Metro Manila, it will be known next week after our assessment until today.
Okay, so we have to wait till next week for the
Yes.
results of that. Now, the adjusted mall hours will be in effect until January 10. Between now and then, are there any predictable patterns? Or are there any specific days when we expect traffic to be extra heavy?
Well, that would be a week before Christmas. That's the peak of the Christmas rush. So just like last year, we have taken the volume count at 402,000. That was around December 19, 2018. So that's the peak of the Christmas rush. And that's also the same data that Waze has come out that during this week leading to Christmas, that's the heaviest volume of the year where people goes to shopping malls and groceries.
All right, the week before Christmas. Now, on another topic, on Tuesday, there was a hearing on Metro Manila traffic at the House of Representatives, and there was a suggestion coming from former MMDA Chairman Bayani Fernando to give priority to buses. He was saying even on a red light, buses should be allowed to go. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, we need to simulate this. The volume on EDSA has increased tremendously, and even before the Burr months, we are already at 405,000. And we appreciate the suggestion of Congressman Bayani Fernando. And yes, it was his idea to come up with the organized bus routes, and that to include the yellow lanes. And we've been trying very hard to implement this by the book, and we've seen improvement on that in some parts of EDSA, but there are really parts of EDSA that it's really too congested, and we even instituted the reduction of conflicts like U-turns, and we have removed two actually on in Santolan area just to let the buses flow freely and without the conflict with other vehicles on EDSA.
All right, and what has the effect of that been so
Well,
far?
it has helped us somehow, but with the volume, really, you can just gain minimal minimal effect, positive effect on traffic. Like what I say, we win little battles, but nothing significant war that we have really overcome.
Yeah, just incremental
Yes,
improvements,
yes.
really. Okay, well, another thing that Congressman Fernando said was that the MMDA doesn't need to ask the mayor's permission on certain traffic policies because he says, in his own words, binigay sa atin yun, MMDA, noon pa.
Yes, actually, I've talked about this with our GM Jojo Garcia because all of our policies are being approved by the MMC, the Metro Manila Council, which is composed of the different mayors in Metro Manila. So if we will be coming up with this kind of policy, I think it is but part, or maybe just a little bit courtesy to the mayors, that we inform them of this. Because anything that we do on EDSA, there are 6 local governments that, that covers EDSA. And anything that we do on EDSA might affect their internal traffic management. And we do not want to have that conflict with them. So then again, it's something that our GM has already said that we will look into. So we'll wait until the next MMC meeting on what we're going to do with this.
Okay, so legally po, you don't need to ask their permission, but more as courtesy and as a point of coordination, you want to let them know.
That's right, because anything that we do on EDSA will affect everything, every parts of Metro Manila. If we get a stuck-up traffic on EDSA, everybody's affected. Not only on the main highway, but also in the internal roads.
All right, so really, technically, there should be no objection to this kasi legal naman siya.
Well, I hope so. And we'll ask, our leaders, the MMDA leadership on this, and our legal team on what really our powers cover. Because as far as we know, we only have limited authority, really.
All right, thank you so much for that. Good to have you here, as always, MMDA Traffic Chief Bong Nebrija.